Okay, looks like we are live here. It is 8 o'clock on Wednesday. Yes, we're live now. Wednesday evening, June 25th, 2014. We were just talking about it here in the green room. Gosh, 2014, halfway done already. Unbelievable. Isn't that, Mr. Richards?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's unreal that we're halfway through this year once again.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. Well, welcome, viewers. This is Mike Thomas. This is also the Empower Network Team Certainty uh, Google Hangout for prospective new members that want to learn more about us, Team Certainty, as well as Empower Network. I have with me tonight Mr. Iron Dane Richards below. How are you doing, Mr. Richards?
Doing great, doing great.
Good, good, good.
Just kind of keeping my nose to the grindstone and staying motivated and looking forward to some good things for the better half of this year. How's that?
No, well, we'll get to that in just a minute. But I just want to kind of share with the viewers and welcome them in and thank you, viewers. And we'll talk about current events here just for a few minutes and let people gather in. We do these Google Hangouts twice a week. We do them this time period from 8 to 9 Central Time on Wednesday nights. And usually we talk about a topic, and tonight's topic is 2014. What are you going to be doing the rest of 2014, as well as the upcoming Empower Network event in Charlotte? Mr. Iron Dane Richards is with me, as I mentioned, and Gary Smith will be joining us here in just a little bit as well, and maybe have another guest or two pop in. We also do these Google Hangouts Saturday mornings, and the Saturday mornings are questions and answer periods, and they're a little bit more relaxed. We do them for half an hour. 11 a.m. Central Time to 11:30 Central Time Saturday mornings. And that's what the support ticket is here on the side of your broadcast page. And just click that tab, support tab, a box will open up, type in any questions you like. If you don't see that tab, if you're on one of our YouTube channels or even listening to this broadcast on one of the internet radio stations we broadcast on, you're welcome to go to the Team Certainty website at teamcertainty.com. And you will find a support ticket on the side of the page there that you can get started with. So and ask questions. And what we do is support will answer your question, and then if support deems it appropriate, they'll send the question to us, and then we answer those questions live Saturday mornings. And again, like I said, it's a little bit more lax, and we don't take too much of your time on Saturday mornings, but we do give updates on events as well if we know what they are. So again, welcome. For joining us tonight, viewers, and we'll get started here in just a minute. Let's talk with Mr. Richards here about current events. Anything special going on in your neck of the woods over there, Mr. Iron Dane Richards? Or should we just go straight into the World Cup?
Yeah, I was going to say the World Cup.
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah, I actually caught a little bit of it. Soccer's not real big. I'm not a big fan too much of soccer, but I like it. Especially these type of events, and they came out with that announcement today. This is off the World Cup about the economy in the United States shrunk 2.9%. Did you see that today?
Yeah.
2.9%. That's a huge number. I mean, that's a giant number.
Yeah.
I mean, 0.2%. Is a number where people just gasp at, but 2.9% in the first quarter of 2014. That's I guarantee you that's the highest number that's ever been recorded since they started recording that. I guarantee it, and nothing's even close. Maybe there might be maybe 0.7% or something reduction, but I'm surprised the market didn't crash. If those numbers are really true, if those numbers are really true, and there was a consolidation, of that magnitude of almost 3%, we're talking the GDP for the entire United States in 3 months. That's 1% a month. That's astronomical.
Yeah. It's scary.
My question is, we're obviously a little insulated here with the Empower Network. We're making good money and people need our products. Everybody wants to make money on the internet. I can see why now, because they're all losing their jobs. But I just I can't. I don't understand, because I mean I understand how markets work and everything else, and I can't understand a contraction like that of such magnitude and no market correction. maybe the market
Yeah,
correction's I just don't understand it. But that was very, very significant news, and we'll see what else they have for the rest of the week. But go back to World Cup. I was watching a little bit of it today, and which game was I watching? I like watching Mexico. I like watching the South American, Central American countries because football's such a big, sport with them, and Europe as well. But some reason or another, I just don't, watch Belgium and Germany versus Costa Rica and Argentina or something, but
right.
France and all the European countries moved up, but a lot of the Central Americans, got bowed out. So I think Honduras and Ecuador both lost today, so they're done. And we'll see what America does tomorrow. The United States plays Germany at noon our time, and they have to, it would be a long shot for them not to move up to the next level. I believe, just from what I've read and understand about how the system works. But they're either going to play Belgium or Russia, I think. And I don't think Russia's got a very good team. And Belgium, I think it's Belgium or the Netherlands. I don't remember, one of those two, how they have it labeled in that bracket. I think it's Belgium. But they actually have a really good team, I think. But some of these other ones I think are subpar. So we'll see. It's not America's got a great team either. So, to let them to lose to Portugal or tie Portugal like they did, and lose, in that final seconds, that was just horrible. How they could let things like that happen? Less than a minute left, 30 seconds left in the game, and let somebody score. Just kick the ball out of bounds. Somebody fall down. The referee in soccer, they roll off the clock. Just nuts. Are you a big fan? Are you a big soccer fan? Mr. Iron Dame Richards, are you a soccer
I used
fan?
to be when I lived in Europe. I watched it a lot more when I was
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch it quite a bit when I was in Eastern Europe. Because that was the game.
Right.
Formula One and soccer. That was their football for them. Those were the two big things. So in fact, we used to go out to the lakes and play soccer. I even did. I used to go run and you get beat up sometimes, but I was trying to show them, say, well, why don't we play rugby once in a while, guys? Let's have a little bit more. And then, of course, when it came around the winter time, then I was a little more natural playing hockey. I used to love playing hockey when I was younger. So
believe it or not,
we used to do that quite a bit over there.
Believe it or not, I actually used to play soccer too in my much younger days, and the coach, all I can remember, the coach didn't play too much of it, but all the coach would say was pass the ball. He didn't want anybody, we're accustomed to playing American football, or just take pass the ball. I just remember that's all he would say. So, and it's a fun sport, a lot of exercise, and it's a physical sport too. You watch these guys kick each other around for a little bit, these headers. I was watching Mexico play. I think they were playing Uruguay or somebody, but Mexicans or Hispanic people aren't known for their height, and trying to get these headers, they just concede them all, but they're good players. They're really good players in Mexico. So, I think they're actually going to advance if they haven't already. So.
Oh yeah.
No, that's good. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started.
And they're real committed. I mean.
Yeah. And I mean, you can tell, which countries really, are good. And I like watching France today. They were a little bit, passive. I thought they weren't very aggressive at all, but they passed the ball very well. In Ecuador, on the other hand, they get single guys that were just fast, and they dribble that ball, and before you knew it, they were out ahead of everybody. But I think both those teams had some great opportunities to score, but it wound up in 0-0 tie. No, I think actually, I can't remember, Ecuador lost, but I think France scored a point at the very end or something, but you know, it was a good game. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on and get things started here. It's a little bit after the hour now, and we can go for a little bit here and chat about a few things. Again, the welcome viewers, and again, this is the Team Certainty Empower Network prospective new member of Google Hangout, which we do twice a week. And tonight's topic is 2014, and what are your plans, or what are you going to do, for the remainder of 2014? Before we get into talking about this, and we'll pass it back and forth between, Mr. Iron Dame Richards and myself about what our goals are, for 2014 and how we're going to approach them. We've got a few guests that should pop in here as well, and also I wanted to just chat right now briefly about the Empower Network event coming up in Charlotte. I'll be going there with a handful of team members, and I'm looking forward to the announcement that David Wood is going to do there at the event. We've talked about this for the last probably a month, the different, hangouts that we've been doing both Saturday and these Wednesday evenings. And I've kind of gone round and round about what I believe the announcement's going to be, but, I'm pretty confident in saying that I believe it's going to be, they're going to roll out the iPas2 system to everybody. And Chris Jones sent out an email. Well, it's actually on the Facebook iPas Mastermind Facebook iPas2 website, our Facebook fan page. And it says that a video is going to come out shortly. I believe that'll either happen tonight or tomorrow. And it's going to be prepared to get excited this weekend. That's all he's going to say. He's not going to say it's going to be announced. He's probably not going to let the cat out of the bag that much. But I do believe that they're going to announce, iPas2 in Charlotte, to the entire Empower Network organization, and then new members as well. So we'll see what happens there. But the reason I bring this up and want to talk about that now is that it's a great opportunity to talk about how you're going to finish out, or how you're going to complete 2014. Are you going to be part of this iPas2, and your Empower Network business? So like we are, and again, while we're talking about money and earnings and so forth, the earnings disclaimer is below here, and you need to read that. We can't guarantee you'll make any money with Team Certainty or Empower Network. It's all up to you and your efforts, whether you succeed or don't succeed. Empower Network and Team Certainty certainly will provide you with the coaching that you need to get where you need to go. Whether you pursue it and you're coachable, is another story. So, anything you want to add real quickly, Mr. Iron Dame Richards, before I jump into my little bit here? You there, Mr. Iron Dame Richards?
Why don't you, and then if I can, I might just put a tidbit in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear
you.
No
problem.
Can you hear me?
Okay, good.
Can you hear me back?
Well,
Okay.
Okay. We may have a little bit of delay. I'm sure it's probably my machine, but getting into the remainder of 2014, here we are in June. The end of June, June 25th to be exact. Almost exactly halfway through 2014, and it just seems like a hangout or two ago, we're coming on talking about, wow, glad Christmas is over, glad the holidays are over. Now we can get into doing business and getting to where we need to be. The first half of 2014 has been on a scale from 1 to 10. I give it a 5 for me, maybe a 6 at best. I have nothing really bad to say, or challenging to say. It's been financially rewarding and a lot of very beneficial financially in certain areas, but it's been lackluster in others. And you can look back and say, well, is the economy people don't want to spend money? Well, people are out there spending money. I don't have any problem with customers or clients or anything else like that. They'll spend money. The problem is there's just not enough of them, that are in the mode that we are in Power Network. And most everybody, is treading water. Well, we're not treading water. We're moving forward, and being aggressive about it. So, um, you know, for me in my endeavors with the mergers and acquisitions and my Empower Network business and stuff, I couldn't be happier. I mean, everything is been doing exactly where I need to be and where I need to go. I wish I was a little bit busier, but I got a lot of family, issues that, are all good, but, kids come home from school and changing schools and out for the summer and things like this, it's hard to stay focused, on, my business. And it has taken a little bit of a beating. And I was actually talking to my younger brother today about some things and effort-wise, and he's saying, yeah, I mean, you got to reframe yourself and and get refocused, and what's coming up here in just right around the corner in the next few months, with this summer being over, kids going back to school. In the financial commitments necessary, for that. I mean, they're significant, more than significant. I'm just fortunate I'm with Empower Network, and I'm not only capable of earning, I am earning, to get through those difficult months, and then going into the remaining months of 2014. Football season's right around the corner. American football season, that is right around the corner as well. And if Gary's here, he'd chime right in, I'm sure. That for us is, it's an exciting time, a fun time, but it's also it's a time of obligation, and as leaders of the family and businesses and people that are relying on our earnings to further them along, kids in school and so forth, it becomes even that much more critical, that the effort, be put in to generate the income. And again, like I said, being with Empower Network, it's easy. I'll give you an example of a story, I have about this is something that it should be disclosed anyway. One of the income boards we have in the back of Empower Network, I'm sorry, in back of Team Certainty, states several different processes on how to generate income on AdSense. It's AdSense is the opposite side of the fence from AdWords. So you become a publisher, you put AdSense code on your website, you get paid. When people click on the ads, it's very easy, it's very routine. It's hard to make money with AdSense, but then we have several different formulas, that we use. In the back of Team Certainty on the different levels, where we generate a decent, I'm talking several $1,000s a month, on AdSense. And what happened with me was, I had one of my accounts get canceled, and I got click bombed, and by a competitor, and I didn't have the proper software up there to defend against it, and AdSense came in and shut down my account. Now, that was a learning experience for me because, I'm counting on this specific revenue to handle these obligations of mine over here. I mean, it's just been going on. I was all on autopilot, right? And I got a couple really global websites that do, cancer cures to, global texting, and so it's constantly, constant traffic coming to these sites. And anyway, to make a long story short, I had a competitor in my texting, global texting deal, click bomb my site, and apparently AdSense didn't like it, and they shut down my entire account. I'm petitioning it, but I don't think I'll win. I don't think it will. So, but the point I'm trying to make here is that you can never count on these things, that run that way. Google just says, hey, to heck with it, you're done, right? Well, the big difference with us in Empower Network is when we're earning the money by selling the Empower Network products, we get paid every Friday. These AdSense is like a 45-day minimum, 45-day payment. So the money had already been earned, and then they canceled it. So tough pill to swallow, but we'll see what happens about getting it reinstated. Again, the point I'm trying to make here with everybody is that, when things like that happen, you gotta modify your thinking and move into something quickly right away. And with Empower Network, it's just a matter of stepping it up a notch, and that's all you got to do. It's all we have to do is step it up a notch. And this coming weekend with, I believe the iPas2 system being released to everybody in Charlotte, or something similar to that, is going to open up the floodgates. And I think that this is a very, very good opportunity, which I am going to take advantage of for the remainder of 2014. And I don't see any kind of changes in the economy. If anything, it's going to get probably worse. No one has any confidence in Obama, in the administration. It's an embarrassment to the world, what these people are doing. So, I don't like talking about politics too much or, religion on these hangouts, but the focus on, what to do for the remainder of 2014 is find, an avenue or a catalyst or a horse to ride, so to speak, and we've been riding the Empower Network horse for a long time now, and been very successful with it, and will continue to be so. And even more so, I'm going to rededicate myself, especially when this summer's over, and get some things past me. I'm really looking forward to the next event, which we don't know where it's going to be beyond Charlotte, but as soon as we do know, we will let you know. It'll be announced probably while we're in Charlotte. And I'm really, really looking forward to what David Wood's going to announce. Like I said, I do believe it's going to be the iPas2 system being rolled out to everybody. And that'll be a lot of fun. I look forward to doing it. But staying with, focused on, your eye on the prize, with Empower Network. It's a great time to be in there with us here at Team Certainty and Empower Network, and the future is very bright for us. Especially for this remainder of this year, 2014, especially after what they're going to announce in Charlotte. So, any comments there, Mr. Iron Dane Richards?
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on this because, like you were just relating your story with, the AdSense AdWords, which is a great revenue stream, but if you get shut down, I got shut down on Blogger.com, and I had 12 different blogs that were bringing in revenue, and they accused me of spamming. But the problem is, folks, with Google, you can only contest it with an email, which you can't speak to a human being. There's not much that you can do about it. But the good news is, if you're working with Empower Network, with a system like this, at least there's a support system here. And, that's one thing that I do love about it. And I've gone up and down just like you. I'm big with Amazon. And, we've talked about this before, but just to share it with you folks out there is that I do publish books. I've written books. And there's times where we fight with the companies like Amazon and Kindle and Google Play about getting paid, because it's kind of funny is with a digital product with Kindle or with Google Play, they actually take 60 to 90 days. They can take 60 days longer to pay you on a sale, opposed to a soft cover book. And it's kind of crazy on how they also deem on how their commission structure is, and that's one thing you won't run into at Empowered Network, folks. They're not going to restrict your income. They're not going to restrict you. I mean, one of the craziest things about Kindle is, if I sell an ebook between the price of $2.99 and $9.99, I get 70% commission. Hey, that's great. That's huge. However, if it goes below $2.99 or it goes over $10, you get 35%. And the funny part is, it's a digital product, but they've got their structure somehow in here, because they want the under $10 sale. and then you're 60, 90 days out to get paid. Empowered Network, folks, you don't have to struggle or fight with this kind of thing. You get paid every week. I mean, and that's where one of the big focuses is that it's a cut and dry, very clear operation. And that I can't tell you how many times I've been through things just like what we're talking about here is, you know, you want to stay motivated, you want to stay moving forward, and you want your sales to go because, you know, every time you sell something, that's motivation that keeps you driven, you know, driving you on to do another and promote that and keep more going in. But when you get hit with some of these things like we're talking about here, you know, they kind of set you back a stride. And, you know, in the second half, I'm committing more time to Empowered Network. I love my other opportunities and my seminars and like that I do, but folks, I got to tell you, with the Empowered Network products and how you get paid, that's no guesswork. And I think that's the one thing that I'm very, very satisfied with Empower is that the pay structure is there and it goes through quickly. And, you know, the other thing is you do have a live support system where you can contact somebody if you feel there's something that needs to be discussed. And, you know, I can't say enough about something like that compared to where I've been with these others. And I can tell you this, if you have a dispute like authors do at times with Amazon, you can call in and say, hey, you know, I think there's been more of my books sold this month than what I've been paid on, and they'll say, well, look into it. But, you know, there's no tracking, there's no response back from Amazon. Whereas if you're working your Empower Network links the right way, you can do URL tracking with Google URL shortener. And so you can actually do your own back-end tracking where your traffic's going and landing on, you know, with your Empower Network pages. So, you know, folks, I'm just going to tell you, you can't go wrong signing up with Empower Network. And that's what the button down here is. And you can't spend over $25 tonight. Even if you want to, we won't let you. No, but you got to get started a certain way. And but I think, you know, that's the one thing I wanted to really relate to people, you know, some of the struggles that, you know, that I've seen in the past. And, you know, I've built websites up and sold them at times, but one of the things is that with Empower, unlimited inventory, your pay structure is a great pay structure. I mean, you get paid 100%, you know, you pass a few up, but whether you pass a few up or you're only getting, you know, 70%, it all washes out in the end, folks. I mean, you know, you're still making money, and it's your consistent effort on how you're going to do your promotion and how you become a center of influence for others in your recruiting, you know, is key. And one good thing is when you sign up in Empower Network or Team Certainty, in our back office, we have a lot of training to help you get through these stumbling blocks that we've personally gone through. And as you can hear us tonight, as we're saying, yeah, you know what, Empower Network, after we've gone through a few of these things, always looks great, you know, because of the benefits of it. And, you know, you have your motivational talks that they have from the leaders. You know, you can go to the events, you can see people getting checks, huge checks, thousands of dollars of checks. And if Gary was here tonight, he'd tell you that millions of dollars going out every week in payments. So, you know, I'm really pumped up about it. I just want to let you folks know that, you know, I can relate to what you're talking about, Mike, is, you know, this thing with Google is just a nightmare sometimes. But, you know, it's a lesson learned, but you got to be persistent in whatever you do in life, folks. And, you know, you're going to have in life, and even we have them on these type of things with Google. The thing is, there's a learning experience behind it, and how you walk away from it and what you take away from it's one of the important things of it too. But, you know, in this day and age with the economy the way it is, we all need something that we can count on, and something that's, you know, not like a job you can just get laid off or cut from. And so, I mean, that's one of the most important things about being able to work for yourself. Choose the time that you work and work wisely. And you don't have somebody standing over your back telling you, well, I would have done it differently, or I'd have done this, or I'd have done that, and expecting you to carry the load for them anyway, so you might as well do it on your own. I guess that's the entrepreneur spirit within me in a way. So, yeah, I kind of got off the subject a little bit there.
No, it's good. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, you bring up a couple of really good points that that I've mentioned before, and now's a good time to reiterate some of that, and in my main line of work, which is mergers and acquisitions, which I don't do. I mean, I don't do anywhere near what I used to many years ago, and it's due to choice. But one of the things that I've learned over the years is knowledge is power, especially in the mergers and acquisition business. And you have to spend a tremendous amount of time researching and studying and trying to decipher actions and moves and interpret the next ones for certain situations. And when I tell my children, I tell young people now, when I talk to young people, that that's all life is about making decisions. And there's only two types of decisions. There's the right decisions you make, and then the other decisions you have to make right. And maybe you're thinking about joining Team Certainty and Empower Network tonight, or have been. It's maybe the 100th hangout you may be watching. And the decision to join, the decision you've made not to join up to now, you just have to make right and join, and get started. And there's no better time to get started than now. And especially right before this big announcement we're gonna have in Charlotte, and the team members are going to be there with us live are going to benefit immediately. There. David, that's one thing David Wood's very good about. I mean, he rewards people that make it to these events. We're going to get stuff that no one else is going to get. May not be for very long, maybe for just a handful of days, but there'll be an advantage for us to go there to the event. There's no doubt in my mind, and it is sold out too. So, it is a sold out event. But one of the things that when I talk about making good decisions, and gathering information, so that you have as much information and knowledge so you can make good decisions. I've had every opportunity to be in a lot of different direct selling, deals or MLM programs, and over the years. And my first, I won't even tell you when the first, MLM I got involved in. I think I was 17 or 18 years old, which was many years ago. But and I'm not too geeked up about being part of those deals. One of the things I never really particularly liked is you get paid 27 different ways. It's like one of those slot machines I have in Vegas that has all these different lines. You just put the damn money in and spin the wheel, and just count the money afterwards. I'm not going to try and figure out what all this nonsense is. Some of these programs are so crazily put together. It's hard to figure out right, left, up, down, and anything else. But with Empower Network, you have two ingredients with the program that set it head and shoulders above anybody else. The first one is 100% commissions. Now, I'll go ahead and say, it's not completely 100% commissions, but it's pretty close to it. And for me, I'll just label it as 100% commissions, because it is 100% commissions, but not on all the products. The master's program is 80% commission. So, and some of that is a little bit changing too if you go all in within 72 hours or so. Some of that's been changed, but for the most part, it's still 100% commission, and it's true 100% commission. There's many outfits out there now that are doing this 100% commission, but their interpretation of 100% commission is 25% commission on this product, 25% on this product, 25% on this product, and 25% on this product. They only have 4 products, so you get 25% commission on each one. So it's 100% commission. That's how they they rationalize it. And I'm not kidding. This is really true. So they are advertising 100% commissions, which is nonsense. It's not. But anyway, you know, Empower Network's 100% commission. You know, it sets it above, head and shoulders above anything else. And the second is the unlimited inventory. Now, most people don't really understand what that is, you know, unlimited inventory. But I use this analogy of a lawnmower down at, selling a lawnmower, you know, down at Home Depot. Now, if I went down, it's like going down to Home Depot tomorrow and buying a $500 riding lawnmower. I walk up there, say I want to buy you know, riding lawnmower. The guy brings out this one, I give him $500. He says, okay, here's your riding lawnmower. I get on it. I say, okay, I'll see you. I'm going to come back tomorrow for one as well. And he says, fine, no problem. We're here. We're not going anywhere. We have as many as you want. You know, because I bought the first one, that entitles me to as many more riding lawnmowers as I want forever. And I don't pay for it. So I go down there the next day and say, okay, I need another riding lawnmower. So the guy brings out another riding lawnmower. And I have a buyer over here that I've identified and said, okay, here's your riding lawnmower. The guy pays me $500. And I said, that's your riding lawnmower. He takes off and he goes. And he's happy. He paid his money, got his riding lawnmower. Home Depot came out and gave it to me. And they're perfectly fine, because part of the condition of buying the first one is you get as many as you want. You get unlimited inventory to resell, and you keep 100% of the profits, or 100% commission. That's really what it means. So anyway, that's what Empower Network does. Once you buy the product, the first product one time, you get unlimited inventory of that same product to resell and keep 100% of the sale. So the next day I go down to Home Depot and I say, I need 3 riding lawnmowers today. And I got guys handing me 3, each one of them hands me $500. They get on the riding lawnmowers and they go on. And I got made $1,500 that day. Thank you very much. And I tell the guy at Home Depot, I said, you know, I'll be back tomorrow and I need 6. You know, and just keep going and going and going. That's the value, and that's the impact, you know, of unlimited inventory to resell and keep 100% of the sale, or 100% commission. And Empower Network, no other company, and you know, has products that are delivered like this. You know, that you have access to. Once you buy the first one, you have unlimited inventory to resell and keep 100% of the sale proceeds. And these products everybody wants. You know, it helps you, you know, in your online business, whether you're selling, you know, shoes online, or you have a brick and mortar shoe company, or you have a restaurant, or you want to start your own business, whatever you want to do. You know, these products all help in those areas. It's what entrepreneurs need. You know, and that's why it makes these products so appealing. They're constantly being updated. I'm actually, this summer, I'm going through the master's program again, because they've updated that. And because I'm all in and I've had the products for quite some time, I get the updates as quick as, you know, I know what are coming. I know who's doing them too. So, you know, that's one of the biggest advantages of having all the products, is you're in the best position, you know, to make the maximum amount of money the quickest. And that's level 5 down below right here. So that's part of the deal. And going back to what I was saying earlier about decisions, you know, there's only 2 types of decisions you can make. You can make a right decision, and the other decisions you just make right. And if you haven't joined Empower Network or Team Certainty yet, you know, that's a decision you just need to make right. Okay, and that, no better time than tonight. So, any thoughts or comments? How about products? I mean, I know you're Mr. Iron Dan Richards. You're pretty high on the I think it's the 15K formula, right? I think that's your favorite program or favorite product from Empower. Yeah.
I really like it because of the way they've got things structured with it, you know, and that's a big one, folks, because, you know, they have a lot. Your center of influence is one of the training programs on it. What else do we have in there? But building your core group, you know, just like you've done with Team Certainty. You know, this is a big thing, is to know when to start in expanding. You know, I mean, this is one of your big training. You know, how to sell to your marketplace. You know, how to really appeal to the people you relate to. And this is one of the best things about it is because, you know, birds of a feather flock together. And you'll find is when you have a common ground with a lot of people and you start bringing people in and using the strategies that they're going to teach you, you know, it's really not selling at that point. It's really, you're just saying, hey, you know, why don't you give this a try? And this is what I tell my friends and the people that I meet is, why don't you give it a try? You know, I mean, the worst thing that you're going to do is you're going to spend a few dollars this month, and you know, you probably spent a lot more on other things. Trust me, if you're at the rate I am. But you know, what they wound up doing was that they took, like on the Costa Rica intensive, you know, they took everything from that trip, and so yeah, it's nice to go down to Costa Rica, folks, but they saved you about $3,000 in airfare, hotels, and everything else. But you know, they go through lessons like, you know, you're going to create that lasting team culture too. It's just not, you know, a little bit of a thing. This is about making your team last, just like Mike's put this team together, and it's been going for a while, folks, and it's successful. You know, and you want to learn that, you know, how to do less and make more. I mean, because our time is valuable. And Mike's got one of the best analogies in the world of 82,000. And I'm going to ask you to tell him again that tonight, because it's essential you know that. So, you know, every second we have every day is a countdown. It's a countdown going to the end of the month where you may have bills to pay. You may be counting down to the years you have left in this life, but it's also counting down, you know, you only have so many hours in a day to make money you want for your family, you know, to provide for yourself or provide for others. So you really have to take a certain amount of that time seriously and learn how to get more done with less time. You know, how to maximize all your efforts. I mean, and one of the ways is they're talking about is that is it attraction marketing. You know, what are you going to do to make this product sexy and attractive in essence? You know, but you want to make sure people understand that you have a legitimate product. You know, you're just not selling sizzle. You're selling steak and sizzle, but you're not just selling the sizzle. What you're doing is you're giving them something that's going to benefit them in two different ways. One, you're going to benefit by promoting your products, your Alexa ranking, your internet ranking goes right up when you're part of an Empower Network and you backlink to your own sites. I'll tell you that for sure. But the other side of it is you're going to make money with Empower Network by contacting, you know, through using the different recruiting methods that they show you. You know, you can get people to the site just to you know, give them a discount coupon to your other business or whatever, but recruit them in. And then, you know, one of the key things too nowadays is that we really have to appeal to our prospect. We have to speak the language of our prospects. And, you know, that's not too hard to do, folks, because birds of a feather flock together. You know, those mindsets will draw a mindset just like yourself. And if you're watching this tonight, you've got something in common with us. You know, even though we may have different specialties on what we do primary for a living, Mike's done mergers and acquisitions for years. I've done finance and been a banker. But we have one thing that's really solid in common, and that's our goal to provide for our families and to really find something that's a benefit to others, not just to ourselves, but a benefit to the others. And the more that you can start in, you know, framing something like what we're doing, and you can present your own story, my story to other people, you know, that'll help them understand why you came in and help them understand why you're a part of this and why they should join it and become of it, you know. And so I think those are really great things, because that's a compelling story, is when they hear exactly what you've been through in your life. I mean, the primary founders of Empower Network were both homeless at one time. They were living in their vans, you know, and so, you know, they pulled themselves up by their bootstraps and, you know, applied themselves more than what they had prior to that and became very successful at it. And the good news is that with the advent of the internet that we have in front of us, you know, if everybody's watching this, you're spending time on it. Instead of wasting your time, what I tell some of my friends is, instead of wasting a lot of time on Facebook and all these other things, why don't you let the internet make you some money? You know, why don't you let it provide for you? If you got to spend time on it, it might as well pay you to spend your time there, is the way I look at that. You know,
Yeah.
I always said, if I got to get up in the morning, somebody's going to pay. If I got to get up, get out of bed and go somewhere, I'm going to make sure I get paid to do it, right?
It's
So,
exactly right. And, you know, and I tell people, stop being a spender and be an earner. You know,
yeah,
let the web earn you money. Don't be a spender on the web. Don't be a buyer. Be an earner. You know, and focus on earning. You know, that's all you need to do is focus on earning, generating income, pulling income off of the web. You know, versus dumping your income onto the web. You know, too many people get wrapped up with this, silver-eyed, silver ball, next shiny ball syndrome. You know, this is the next best plug-in, or this is the next, push one button, earn $5 million, cut and paste only, type of deal. And it's nonsense. It's BS. You know, and just, once you have the Empower Network products, you see through all that stuff very easily. You know, and you become, an earner. You know, and that's what Empower teaches you. You know, and that's what the products do, teach you how to be an earner on the internet instead of a spender. You know, and the last products I've bought, people have sent me stuff on plugins, and I do like WordPress and everything else, but any of that stuff I can get for free anyway. If it's worth, I know how to go about getting it for free, and I'm not really interested in messing with it anyway. You know, and Mr. Iron Dane Richards brings up a good topic. I had to Google it here to remember exactly. You know, it's been a while since I've said this story, and it's funny because my youngest daughter, heard it the other day, and she goes, "Dad, you've already told me that. I know exactly what that means. Because I teach my children, I tell my children, enjoy the journey. You know, don't be wrapped up with, one of the things that my kids have really, really, really mastered at a young age. I say mastered. The two oldest ones kind of mastered it. And that is, when they get a no, you can't go here, you can't go there, you can't do this, you can't do that. You need to take a step back in the grand scheme of life. How really important is this decision? Is it really that important? You go to this movie, or go on this date, or take this trip to wherever you want to go, or do this thing that, you definitely want to do, but mom and dad say no, and getting to a yes, the only way you're going to get to a yes is handle a few no's good. And if you can handle the no's good, the chances are you'll probably get to a yes, sooner or later. If you can't handle the no's, then the yeses aren't going to come. So, but that's a kid thing. The thing I wanted to point I want to talk about, and that is, it'd be nice to have $86,400 in your bank account every morning. Every morning you wake up, you got $86,400 in your bank account. You can use it anytime you want to, anywhere you want to. You can give it away. You can, go to the racetrack. You can invest stocks. You can buy cars all day long, or stand on the corner and give it away. But at midnight, when midnight strikes, whatever the balance is in that account goes to zero. And a few hours later, boom, there's another $86,400 shows up in the account. You get to use it the same way, or any way you want to. But at midnight, whatever's left in that account, boom, it's gone. So if you spend, if you take out, 40,000, there's 46,400 left. That's wasted. It's gone. You never get it back again. You'll never get to use it again. Never ever have access to it again. It'd be nice to have that kind of money every day in your account, fresh, new, every day in your account. And I can tell you right now, each one of us alive, breathing right now, already has that. Already has 86,400 seconds a day into your bank account, your time bank account, you get to use every day. And at the end of the day, they're gone. The next morning you wake up, you got 86,400 new seconds in your time bank for you to use that day. And how are you going to use it? Promoting Empower Network products, making money for yourself, working for yourself, putting forth an effort. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. But it's not that hard either if you're devoted to it. and you got the resources like Empower Network provides to you with, unlimited inventory and 100% commission. So you got 86,400 seconds every day to use. And how are you going to use them? Are you going to use them, waste them away working for somebody else? Are you going to waste them away saying to yourself, I should have done this, I could have done this, I'm thinking about joining, or are you going to pull the, the right decision and make the decision right and join the Power Network, and that's what the buttons are for below. All you can spend tonight is $25. Your sponsor will get you corrected on everything else. I recommend level 3, at least level 3. And with the opportunities now, what's coming up this weekend, with the Empower Network in Charlotte, the announcements they're going to make, all the new stuff that's coming out, the ability to go all in at a 50% discount in the first 72 hours after joining. I wish they had that when I joined. That would have been great. 50% off for the first 72 hours after you join. My gosh, it's unbelievable. You get these products at a 50% discount, and you get to resell them at 100%. Legally, they're doing that way.
That math is easy to do.
Yeah, but going back to these 86,400 seconds, how are you going to use them tomorrow? You're going to go to sleep here in just a little bit, if you're in the same time zone, and wake up tomorrow. How are you going to use those 86,400 seconds you're going to have tomorrow? And that's what we do. We've made the right decisions. We're applying ourselves with Empower Network, utilizing the back office of Team Certainty to make money elsewhere outside of the Empower Network products, utilizing the Empower Network products to promote our other businesses that generate income, as well as the Empower Network products, which we generate a lot of income from. And again, the earnings disclaimer is below. You need to read that as well. So my point is, on this 86,400 seconds that you will have tomorrow and every day for the rest of your life, how are you going to use them? And I got to tell you, I'll give you a little tip. When you wake up in the morning, before you get out of bed, if you're like me, you say a little prayer. Thanks for waking up, and giving me another day. Guide me, and to do the very best I can and help others. And I've got 86,400 seconds minus a few hours, I guess. In the day, in the morning. How am I going to best spend those today? And be productive every second of the day. That's what I tell myself. Be productive every second of the day. And whether it's, sometimes being productive is sleeping, taking a nap. Other times it's on the phone or marketing, on the internet or talking to old clients, or doing hangouts, or working out or playing golf. Be productive. And understand that you're not going to get these 86,400 seconds back ever again. So use them the best way you can, and make sure you use them. And use them and be productive about it. Be productive. I have these little signs all over my desk here. Be productive. Do my part. Contribute.
Boy.
And as you've mentioned before, Mr. Iron Dane Richards, being leaders of the family, the obligations of providers, it's something, I take quite seriously. I enjoy, and I know I'm good at it. And I've had my challenges there. You have your up and downs, and you just got to stay focused, and you have to stay disciplined, and have a backbone and move forward. Regardless of what's thrown out in front of you, understand that all that is roadblocks to those 86,400 seconds, and I'm going to use every one of them, to the maximum ability that I know how, and provide for others and the ones that I'm responsible for. So, a lot of good things happening, and a lot of this stuff, that we're sharing with people tonight, and viewers, is done specifically, so that you understand how we at Team Certainty operate. We're not interested in being the biggest team at Empower Network. We're only interested in being successful and everybody on the team making money, that applies themselves. and we're not going to shoot. We're not going to bat 1,000. But the people that have the effort that come on, that we can lock arms with, that can join us up here at the the team leadership and do these hangouts with us, and moving into 2000 and the remainder of 2014 and beyond. One of the things I can tell you right now, my goal with Empower Network is to open up other countries. And when 2015 rolls around, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy going down to Uruguay for 2 weeks, and spending time there, just hanging out at some of the patio cafes and bars, and building a team down there. And some of the team members here at Team Certainty will be part of that team. Maybe it's Liechtenstein, or Luxembourg, next time, or Russia or wherever, Australia.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hong Kong, Thailand, whatever. And just because there's a team there already, it makes no difference. Personally, I want to go to Ireland. I want to go to Ireland. I want to go to the Caribbean. There's 2 places. And Uruguay. I don't know why Uruguay, but probably because I've never been. But growing teams there. So anyway, the remainder of 2014, is one of, it's going to be a growth, is going to be a focus, and striving to hit the goals that are being readjusted and thought deeper, and maybe even raise the bar a little bit, this time period now, so that at the end of the year, the goals are just a little bit higher. And that's what my role in the remainder of 2014 for me is going to involve. Staying focused with Empower Network, and with iPas2. Hopefully that'll be announced this weekend. If not, it'll be very shortly thereafter. And building up the team, and getting access and utilizing every one of those 86,400 seconds that are given to me and to you every day. So, okay, look, we're at the top of the hour. Mr. Iron Dane Richards, any closing comments? Comments?
Yeah, I mean, it went so quick tonight that it's unreal. I mean, it went pretty fast. But, the one thing is I think, too, is, folks, is, we've talked a lot about what we're looking forward to doing in the final half of this year and like that. But the one thing I want to really emphasize is, I think it was Napoleon Hill that said it was, the starting point of all achievement is desire. And that's a good one to keep repeating to yourself. The starting point of achievement is desire. If you don't have the desire to achieve your goals or the desire to keep going, nobody's going to do it for you. And this is the bottom line. No one will do it for you. You have to put in the effort. It's effort in, effort out. The perpetual motion machine thing, but you really do. Once you've focused on it and you put your desire into action, and we've got great training is one of the things I'm going to say. And then my last thing is just hit one of the boxes, sign up, get started with this Team Certainty, folks. And, we appreciate you being here tonight. I got to say that. And I guess that's about it, bud.
Okay. All right. Great. Well, thank you for tonight, Mr. Iron Dane Richards. Appreciate always your candor and insights to a lot of things. I'm waiting to hear some of your war stories about all the time you spent down in the Caribbean. Working down there.
I'm gonna write them. I'm gonna make a few notes so the next time we get going, then I'll start doing that. So I'll have it kind of, I'll kind of have a little guideline, a little outline for myself here. So
they're good ones. They're good ones. So anyway, thank you, viewers, again. And look, the 2014 goals. It's time to get serious now. And for the remainder of 2014. And if you're not making the money you should be, or you want to be making, then it's time for you to make that decision right. And join today, and join Empower Network. And again, that's what the buttons are for below. Join the team and lock arms with us as we make money for the remainder of 2014 and hit our goals and beyond. So thanks again for viewing in tonight. Again, we do these Google Hangouts twice a week for prospective new members, this time period from 8 to 9 Central Time, and then Saturday mornings from 11 to 11:30. which is when we'll be back this coming Saturday morning from 11:30. A shout out to Gary Smith and Mike DeViters fans. Sorry they weren't with us tonight, and hopefully they'll be with us here in the events coming up. And we will be doing Saturday morning if we can get hookup. They're from Charlotte.
Right.
You know, if I got to do it from my room, I'll do it from my room. But you know, we'll see what we can get to. So anyway, thank you for viewing tonight. Again, if you're watching this on live or watching this on replay, one of the YouTube channels or a broadcast page, or possibly even listening to it on one of the internet radio stations we broadcast on, thank you for taking your time, and hopefully we gave you some good content. Don't forget about those 86,400 seconds tomorrow, and do that in the morning when you wake up. You know, and I guarantee your day will be more productive. So again, thank you, Mr. Iron Dame Richards. Appreciate it.
Well, thanks.
And we'll see everybody Saturday morning. Take care, everyone. Good night.
Night.